forefront so we can share it.
Yes, I mean, with that, I think I'll invite Pashi to share what is this model, what does this model look like, what are the principles, and how do we really bring this system alive that can take care, I mean, of the conversation and being present to the complexities that is there, right? It's individual needs, it's family needs, it's collective needs, it's the social needs, the dependency from internal, external, internal, and yet the fact that with time, the growth needs can also change. So how do we really arrange food needs and all of that? So how does that system design look like? We just share.
Before I go into the system, what I would like to give you a historical background.
Sure.
There are two models that are available to us. One traditional model in India of a joint family, more or less based on that. What mother started as prosperity in the ashram. Over the years, certain rigidity came also in the prosperity system of the ashram, some negative. But when Auroville was conceived, society, who was at that time in charge of the project, were given the responsibility to introduce prosperity in Europe. It had its own little problems, but the problem was standardization. Everybody receives the same thing. In fact, it was calculated. Sometimes I feel it's very funny. You need so many grams of hair oil per month, so you bring your own bottle of that size, things like that. But the basic principle behind it was that once you have surrendered to be the children of the divine, it is the divine's responsibility to take care of all our needs. We used to go and receive the prosperity in front of a big picture of the mother's feet with the gratitude. Whatever we had asked for was there. The basic question is, for me, we have failed to understand, interpret, and apply. We have not really seriously paid attention to what it means by being a village servitor of divine consciousness. All the problem is there. The only condition to live in Auroville is to be willing to live in divine consciousness. No other conditions. Where does the word servitor come from? To serve. You can serve as a servant, like the old system in spiritual life also, a guru and shishya. Guru tells you what to do and you have to do it. Other is to be a willing collaborator, consciously collaborating with the purpose of the project. For me, it is not that we have to design new ideas, new systems, or new interpretations. We have to collaborate with what the founder wants. Let's not look at the base of Auroville Foundation, in spite of everything else, is spiritual seeking, collaborating at a level of that awakened consciousness with the evolutionary process, collaborating. That is what Auroville is, a living laboratory. We have interpreted it to suit our convenience and our own level of understanding. But what is lacking is dedication and discipline. Intellectually, we all can define it, but can we practice it day to day with all sorts of humanity, sincerity, and discipline? Now I come back to a slightly negative, positive comparison. In ashram, mother nursed this sister till she left her physical, 1973. That system still works because of the discipline. Why it doesn't work in the world? Because we came with the notion that we have to find new ways. And especially because this project was open to people as families. It had a lot of attraction in 60s, for instance, to the young people in Europe and America who are basically society rebels. Suddenly they heard of a new kind of a concept, a new kind of an idea. Whilst they were looking for the East for certain kind of a spiritual guidance according to their own wisdom, they were also seeking it through drugs and various other possibilities. The first batch who came to Auroville, hippies, flower children, Black Panthers, you name anything that was going on in Europe and America at that time. They had their own perception. Mother, being very pragmatic, put them to work physically because the barren land had to be discovered to be renovated for habitat to be developed. Very interesting. Many of them started understanding what was the real purpose. Many of them didn't. Many came, many went back. The word spread, and different people who had a different experience shared it. But unfortunately, we failed to understand that the basic discipline, the basic purpose is of a spiritual seeker. All the rest in material life is as usual as anywhere else because we have all those needs. But our approach has to be from a totally different level. Some of the there was deprivation. Till 78 it worked in one form or another, but another form also developed during that period with my mother's approval, which came to be known as Portus. And as was our habit to name a work area with the widest possible imagination and always in English and French. So she called it Portus for all. So that started an aspiration. So the choice at that time was to go to the prosperity of the ashram through the society, or to Putus. And following that came, for a period, what is known as basket. Now I want to give you a personal example. In the situation at that time, I was asked by the representative of the society, would you accept prosperity? I said, yes, if you believe it is the mother's wish. No prosperity. The Buddhist people asked me, would you accept the basket? Yes, if you feel the mother's wishes. No basket, no prosperity. I'm trying to give you a difference of interpretation. What do I do? Some of my friends who were at that time called neutrals used to cook food in advance, put in a different carrier, leave it in front of my hut late at night, wash it as a food for you for 3 days. Somewhere we went on not being really seriously understanding why we are there. Because we planted trees, we became so fond of trees that it became only an ecological project. Some of us who felt that economy was very poor, they became only businessmen and entrepreneurs. From out of that developed again the same old habits that we had decided to leave and come back. Having said that, over the years again, the thought came, because some of us we were able to carry the idea of this prosperity through what we called Putus. But one of the aspects I also want to share, that spiritually we are not deeply engaged. Given names by the mother, we are made into our own convenient terms. Just to give you an example. Prosperity became maintenance. Putus became PT. 2 branches. Putus Distribution Center, PTDC, PT, PS, Purchase Services. Lack of serious, deeper understanding of being collaborators. Knowing what these inspiring words mean, we brought them down to our vital mental level. As far as I am concerned, that is the basic cause, and if we do not correct it, do not discuss it, we can have all kind of organizational structures, but if we do not willingly serve, it will not happen.
So what is the way forward? I understand history is important and...
The way forward is for us to seriously consider how are we dedicated to this spiritual process, what is our understanding. I want to give you one more example. When mother accepted me finally, I had heard that just what happens in ashram when she accepts. that you offer all the material things that you have. So I was in service at that time. I had no fixed assets. I had only my savings. So on an A4 page, I wrote down all that I had and presented to her. She took her magnifying glass and she just looked at it. You have 3 insurance policies. You want me to be a beneficiary? And she was smiling. I nodded my head. Who are the present beneficiaries? I said, my wife and my 3 children. Have you consulted them? Mother, I'm the head of the family. What happens when they grow up, they don't agree with you. She takes a paper and a pen, looks at the figure in money that I had. How much is the premium of the first policy before it matures? So much money. How many years for it to mature? Calculated, came to a figure. She says, I accept the rest. This I leave it to you in trust. My child, do you understand what trust means? You will not spend even a single penny on anything else except to serve the policies. This was the sentiment behind it. Why I'm giving you this example, many others have done something similar. But the fact is, we are failed to understand why we have come here, because many of us are excited by its so much of a vastness that each one of us has a very special area that we want to work. To raise conflict is only because of that. But prosperity, abundance, Mother never said it is not in all spheres of activity. Now I go back to the master plan, which I don't think many of the Auroville even ever read. Population of 50,000. How has it been made up? 17,000 children, 0 to 19 age group. 7,000 adults as their mentors in cultural activities, physical activities, educational activities. 24. 2,000 in agroforestry activities. 26. Balance 24. $8,400 to be in revenue generating activities and the balance in city services. I'm very curious, why 8,400 in revenue generating? If you look at it, it's 1/5 of the population. Standard Indian family is made up of 5, where there's one bread earner. It's amazing how the coincidences are there. You see, coming back from different civilizations, different cultures, different economies, with mother not being physically present when we meet each other, has created difficulties. But all this has to be understood. We have to really become disciplined collaborators. This is my perspective.